Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're talking about another fanny pack. I've gone through a few different fanny packs in my time. I do like these quite a bit, usually for smaller type walks or hikes. In fact, if you do a small little hike down, maybe just a little trail, or who knows, maybe you're not even hiking, maybe you're walking around the block in your neighborhood, you're obviously not going to need a big bag. You might want to carry some stuff that your pockets can't hold. This would be where a fanny pack shines. Now, fanny packs aren't like they used to be. You go back to the 80s and 90s, and mostly it was a women's thing. It was kind of maybe a beach-only thing, but now they're just everywhere. People use them all the time. What's really popular, too, especially for guys, is to crossbody it. So you wear it across your chest. All right, so instead of literally on your waist, you can carry it across your chest like this. Now, the advantage of that, there's a couple of advantages. One, when it's on your waist, especially if it's on your side or back, if that's how you want to distribute the weight, it's obviously less secure. People can touch it, if you're in a crowded bus or, in the street, who knows where. Obviously, security might be an issue where you don't want someone just like looking through it, right? In the case of crossbodying, you do also have quicker access. So if you wear this the traditional way, which is on your waistband, right, like under your belly button area, right? You can just look down and go through those pockets very easily. When you crossbody this, your first person perspective is even closer. So it was down here, right? So you want to see what's going on. You look down by your waist and you can open it up and see, and everything's cool, right? However, if you crossbody, it's way up here. So now, like, you look down and it's right in your face. You can't miss stuff. You know what I mean? So that's one, I guess, advantage. But it really just depends on who you are, your lifestyle, what you're doing. Just two different options. Personally, I like crossbody. For crossbody, I need a longer strap than I do even with a waist. I like the flexibility of being able to have it looser, lower in the chest. I don't want to like right up under my chin. Also, you guys know, obviously I carry a neck knife all the time, so having any kind of weight on the chest pushing on my neck knife, that could be uncomfortable to me. So I generally don't crossbody. I'll crossbody a larger bag, but that'll be like under my armpit type area or off to the side. It's not generally on my chest. But you guys can do whatever you want. Just kind of talking about the common ways people would carry this thing. There's a ton of different fanny packs, we use quotes there, fanny packs, on the market. This one's super cool. This is from Roaring Fire. I digged all their knife rolls and pouches and stuff. You guys have seen plenty on the channel before. I always loved their waxed canvas, and they did it in a fanny pack, so I had to try it out. My wife is already, trying to steal this from me. She loves stuff like this. I will say, though, for the bigger dudes, now this is not fully adjusted all the way out, but the full length, I don't know offhand, it literally just fit me. I mean, like snugly. So definitely have to lose a couple pounds to have it comfortably fit. But it is, of course, adjustable. It's, quick disconnect. So simple clips to put it on and off. What is nice, we have a thicker webbing here, and then the keepers, or these elastic bits here, keep the extra straps in, so it's not flopping around. So let's say this is your waist, which congratulations, I guess, unless you're a teenager. If that's your waist size, then you don't have these extra straps flopping around. These actually keep these very, very nicely. It is quality materials. It's made very well, but obviously this adjusts out as well. So all the way out, this is what we're looking at, my waist anyway. Now, I will also add that even though this just fits me, it fits me where I want it to fit me. All right, so like my waist, my actual waist is across my stomach, my belly. I can get things to fit me that go under my belly, right? But that's not your true waist. And that might be for a whole different video one day, because there's a lot of fat dudes, like a lot of you fat dudes watching, and you still wear your pants under your belly. Now, it's a choice. It's certainly a choice. But if you put your belly in your pants, even though you might think that's ridiculous, it looks better, to me anyway. I'll just say that. So like, yeah, I wear my pants where my waist actually is. It's more comfortable that way. When I was younger, I definitely did the other way, where I had my belly hanging out, and then that just, I mean, when you like, if you go to reach for something, you got like naked belly, that is not the look. But, also, dudes don't want frumps either, so I get it, whatever. Let's talk to everyone else besides just the fat guys. All right, so, I totally dug the idea of having a waxed canvas for this, right? So right off the bat, I think it was kind of cool to try out, but I actually like the design quite a bit. There are things I don't like about it, which we'll of course talk about. That's the whole point of the video. So first off, you can see right on the front, there's two straps here. I chose to put a folding knife and a flashlight. This is for this demo. When I do carry this, or have carried this thus far, I had this exact flashlight in here, but I did not have this folder. This is just to give you an idea of what you can put here. I just left this open. I always have folders and knives on me, so I don't need additional knives, but you do have the option to put another knife right in the front. And the reason I show that is because knives and flashlights might be something you want to access quickly. Oh no, it's dark, I need to see something. You want to get to that quick. You don't want to have to unzipper stuff, right? You want to cut something, it's just nice to be able to just take your knife out and cut, you know, put it back. So that's a great option. Depending on what you're wearing and who you are, you might already have a pocket knife on you, so it's not necessary. You might already have a flashlight on you, you know, in your pants pockets. That might not be necessary. It's just options, that's all. Now, obviously, behind that, you can see this entire front here is Velcro. Very nice if you want to express yourself with all your cool patches that you purchased and you want to show off and make it kind of customized so it really looks like you, or looks like your bag. Also, if you have name tapes. Now, I always plan to get name tapes. I never get around to doing it. I really, really want to do it. I want to make that a focus this year at some point because I have so much gear that I want to put name tapes on. And it's just for the simplicity of, hey, this is my crap. You know, if you lose something, if I lost this bag, no one would have any idea whose it is. But if I lose this bag and I have a name tape, Jeff, at least I have Jeff on there. Go, let's say I lost it, I don't know, in a specific spot where I can ask someone, hey, did you see this? Yeah, I saw the bag. It says Jeff on it in case, you know, in case you see it or whatever. You know what I'm saying, right? It's just one of those things. It's not super necessary unless you have, like, you know, you go on like a hunting trip with a bunch of dudes and you have to really use your name tapes to show what your gear is compared to theirs. Or I suppose in a real military situation where obviously there's a lot of gear, that's why they use those, right? Makes sense. It's your crap. People just like it too, just to, hey, this is mine. So I like name tapes, not specifically for things like this, but larger bags, luggage, that kind of a thing. Normally if I'm traveling at all, which I rarely do, but I always keep a card inside my traveling gear that has my information on there and a reward. Because I do want my stuff back, and the reward makes sense. It's enough to make someone maybe call me instead of steal my crap. But, you know, I want my stuff back. It's more principle than anything else. Like, even, let's say I had a bag and I had $500 worth of stuff. I'll give a $1,000 reward just to get my $500 stuff back because I want my stuff back. I hate the idea of someone having my stuff. So, hey, maybe that's just me. But anyway, so... the one thing I will say, well, let me go over the features real quick because I already want to dive into what I like and don't like. But so on the front here, we have a pocket, nice long zippers with the rubberized coating on the knot. All right, so it's just easy to grab. It's really just, it's there. You're not going to miss this thing. Very easy zipper, very smooth zipper as well. If you can hear this, that flexing is metal that's inside the front pocket. It's not advertised on here and you can't see it, but inside the front pocket is an RFID protection. All right, so there's that metal mesh, whatever. So if you want to put credit cards, anything with information on there, it is RFID protected. Now that's a great thing, but keep that in mind. If you put your cell phone in the front, now most of us have big old cell phones. It could probably fit a good sized cell phone with this top lip here in a case, but just keep that in mind. If you put a cell phone in the front pocket, you're not going to get any calls, okay? So just know that. However, if you want to put your wallet in the front, that's fantastic because now you have to worry less about people with RFID technology to pick up that information, you know, steal your accounts and all that kind of good stuff. All right, so if that matters to you, this does actually have it. So simple, one open front pocket, right? The top we have two zipper pulls, which is nice because you can go from either way or the middle. Generally speaking, I don't know why, I like having my zippers off to the side. I don't know why. I could not tell you I don't even have logic behind it. I just don't like the way it looks, I suppose. Like, I don't know why I feel like this would open easier than if they're both on the side. It's just a weird thing I do, but I will keep it on one side to open it. All right. In the main area here, we have a mesh pocket on the back. All right. So big open mesh pocket. And on the front, we have a bunch of straps. All right. So we have two large elastic bands and then individual elastic bands. So this way you can organize gear any which way you want, or you don't have to utilize it at all. You can just use the big open pocket. All right, and on the back, go ahead and undo this real quick. They call this the CCW hidden pocket. Now, you don't have to CCW, obviously. If you don't carry, that's fine. What's interesting to me, though, is like if I want to carry a wallet or something, or money, anything like that, I like these back pockets for that. Now, in this particular case, I don't think there's RFID on the back. I know it's on the front, so I wouldn't put it on the front, so that's not really being utilized much. I would put it on the back. In this case, I am actually CCWing. All right, so when you open the zipper, you can see I happen to have a Glock 43 in here, and this is with a light. So it does hold, you know, subcompact guns. Even with a light system, this is comfortably fit in here. I wouldn't try to jam anything bigger. The harder it is to get in, the harder it is to get out if you actually want to carry this. And there is that 1 in a million chance, 1 in a billion chance that you need to defend yourself with a gun, or whatever you have to take your gun out for quickly. You don't want to, you know, be fumbling because it's jammed in your pack. It doesn't make sense. So I'd probably recommend carrying, I mean, a 43, this is about as big as I would go, honestly. 43, just anything small than that, fine. But I wouldn't recommend more than that. If you regularly carry anyway, and you carry in a holster or pocket carry, whatever you do, this is a good opportunity to put spare magazines for whatever weird scenario you might come across. Maybe you want a spare mag that you don't normally carry because you don't have, you know, a spot to put it in your pants. Right? That's one option, but one of millions. Now, it is nice about the back pocket, so whether you're CCW or not, it is padded. It's padded very nicely, so if you do care about the finish on your firearm and you want a CCW, that is nice. It's not going to get scratched up in there or anything. But you could use that pocket for whatever you want. You can see it is kind of aerated here too, so when it's on your body, you have less chance of, you know, getting overheated and sweaty and all that kind of nasty stuff. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. It was thawed out, at least, for that material. On the outside, there are, on either side, these two little loops that are sewn in. You can utilize this any way you want. If you wanted to put some kind of a strap or cordage to secure it to yourself even better, you could do that. You can hang a carabiner off here with like a water bottle holder if you wanted to. I don't know. There's a million things you could do with that. It's just more options. As well as on the side here, all right, they have an oversized loop, which you might want to use like for a flashlight or something. Maybe you don't want it in the front, maybe you want it vertical, right, instead of horizontal. And then obviously you can also utilize this. So yeah, there's a ton of options, let's say, although overall it's actually pretty simple. It's a pretty simple little system here. I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. They sell these right now. It's 53 bucks. They have this awesome brown waxed canvas, which is why I was so interested, but they also make a OD type green. I don't know if it's exactly OD green, but it's a darker, you know, militant looking green that's just nylon. That one actually weighs 8.8 ounces. This is 10.6 ounces. So this gets me started with the stuff I don't like. I mean, for a fanny pack, it's kind of heavy. You know, it's hard because I have fanny packs that are heavier than this, and I have fanny packs that weigh literally like nothing. Like it's just like rain jacket material. You know what I'm saying? It literally weighs like, I don't even know, you know, an ounce maybe, an ounce and a half. Like that's crazy, right? So it's heavy. But I really say that just because you're starting off with 10.6 ounces, and then of course you add the light, and especially if you happen to add any kind of firearm, you're really adding weight to that quickly. So just something to consider is the weight thing. For me, it's not a big deal. You guys know I carry a ton of gear. If I'm utilizing this by itself, it's not a big deal. If I have a backpack, then, you know, I put this on as well. Maybe that's a little much, you know, it just depends on the situation. It's very, very situational, but I did want to specifically mention the weight just because there's so many fanny packs on the market that are like ultra, ultra thin. They have their disadvantages too, because they're not keeping their shape as well. You put a gun or something in one of those things, it's flopping around, it's you know, printing really badly. So there's pros and cons on both ends, but just important because so many people focus on weight these days with gear. Something else I don't like is I like the idea of a CCW pouch or area or pocket, right? The hidden pocket for your gun. But we have these beautiful, long, very easy to access, rubberized pulls. You don't have that on the back. Now, I think it's purposeful because it's supposed to be hidden. And also, this is against your body. So if you had, again, this rubberized knot with the longer thing, maybe that'd be a little uncomfortable against your body. But again, to me, it's taking away from the idea of being concealed carry. Because the idea that you're keeping a gun in here means you're carrying it. The only reason you're carrying it is in case you have to use it. And if you have to use it, having a zipper that's hard to get to, hard to open, which in combination to probably you're shoving too big of a gun in here because that's the gun you carry, and you happen to get the fanny pack. So now you have two negatives which are making your draw slower and harder, and that's not a good thing. You know, I think the worst thing in the world is being in a situation where you need a gun, and you actually have a gun, but you can't produce it and use it properly. You know, and those situations do occur. You know, people do use guns. People do need to defend themselves. And there are those situations. People sometimes think like, oh, I have a gun, so I'm good to go. I could do whatever. No, not the case. First of all, the other person might be faster. There might be a scenario where they just shoot you before you can get to your gun. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have that gun, and now they're robbing you, or, I don't know, shooting up a store, or whatever the case is, and you're fumbling because, you know, your adrenaline's going crazy, and you're shaking, and you're trying to get to this stupid little zipper, and then you finally get the zipper open, and then you got your big gun crammed in here, and you know, so you have to think about these things. It's not a huge deal. And this, again, this was not probably an oversight. It's not like someone forgot or whatever. I'm convinced in my mind that this is going against your body, so they're like, hey, yeah, we shouldn't do, you know, this big, bulky zipper. We should do a very low-profile zipper. It's counterproductive to me, but it also makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? So it's like, you know, I guess it's a positive to one person, a negative to another. If you're not carrying, then yeah, that's fantastic. You want it to be as low profile as possible and as secretive as possible. If you are carrying, yeah, you maybe want that bigger, easier to get to zipper. I don't know. But yeah, that's, I guess that's pretty much the sum of it. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, it's not the lightest one. It's not the cheapest either. At $53, it's actually priced very reasonably considering what's on the market. When you look at the tactical, you know, companies that offer these different types of CCW style, you know, waist packs, I mean, you can get over $100 easily. And that's a lot of money for what it is. Essentially, it's just a small bag. It doesn't matter where it's going. It is convenient carrying around the waist like this, though. It's easier to carry more weight. So like I said, my issue with it being a little heavier, it's not an issue for me at all. It might be an issue for you. That's why I'm mentioning it. And like I said, if you're not like crazy, like you have to get this canvas micarta, but you like the idea of it, and you happen to like the color green more, the nylon one, again, comes in at 8.8 ounces. So little, you know, close to a 2-ounce difference there. That could make a difference. So you can add a 2-ounce item to it, and now it's the same. So you're ahead of the game. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Huge fan, like across the board. Everything Roaring Fire makes, I love. I think it's awesome. I still utilize all their tool rolls today. It's just cool to see them expanding, doing different stuff. I mean, the fanny pack is just, it's all right. I like it. It's definitely something that's long-term going to be used. Camp situations, you know, again, short hikes. It's different situations where I want more than can fit in my pockets, but I don't want to carry a full-size bag. You know, so it's the thought of what goes in it is very, very criticized. Let's say that. I don't want to pack it with a bunch of weight. That makes no sense. If that was the case, I'd rather carry a small bag, you know, backpack style, so I can support that weight easier. You know what I mean? It's nothing. I can probably carry 50, 70 pounds on my back through a somewhat, you know, mediocre hike, but having just 5 pounds, you know, or 6 pounds in a fanny pack could feel like it's 100 pounds, you know. And this thing, especially you're active, you're walking, you know, lifting your legs, maybe stretching, climbing over rocks, branches, or not branches, but like down trees, whatever. When you have this thing, especially if it's not like tight on you, it's just that weight, just you feel it shifting every time you take a step. You feel it sliding around. It's just on the waist. It's more critical. I think the less weight, the better. If you're carrying a crossbody, it's not as big of a deal. Especially if you're carrying a crossbody, you can switch it to your back. You know, you can just rotate it so that it's crossbody, but all the weight is on your back. And then it's like having the world's smallest backpack. It means nothing. Like you can handle that weight no matter what you put in here. So how you carry it and why you even have it in the first place, it makes a huge difference as to whether or not you should even have one. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as fanny packs go. It's kind of like upper middle. It's really cool. It's offering a lot that other fanny packs aren't, but it really just depends on the situation. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's it. thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day. If you have a fanny pack that you absolutely love and you want everyone to know about it, put it in the comments so people can see it and maybe they'll like it too. So that's it. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.